Morning guys, Angela here. Welcome back to my art channel, Angela Mutavi Art. And in today's video I am continuing with my pro technique, the paints that I'm gonna use today are some paints that I used on my previous video. Look on the video that it's before this one, and in today's video the paint that I'm gonna use are this is Diazine Purple by Liquitex Basics. This is Quinacridone Magenta by Liquitex Basics. This here is turquoise. Yeah, this is turquoise blue by Liquitex Basics. And I am going to add a couple more. This one is Winsor Newton Stains Gray, and I added a little bit Mars Black and Phthalo Blue. Just a little bit of it's actually the most paint in here is Payne's Gray with a dash of Mars Black and Phthalo Blue, just to change the hue. Okay, and then I have this one I had mixed a while back, and I have a little bit left in here. And what's in here is Phthalo Blue, Ultramarine Blue, Mars Black, and Iridescent Violet. There's a lot in here that is mixed in here. I'm just gonna have a little bit, put a little bit, because it's very little left in there. And then, so if you look at my previous video, the pearls that developed had a lot of cloud in them, and to make pearls without so much cloud, I decided to not put the satin enamels in my base paint. So this here is 3 parts Floetrol, 2 parts paint, and I'm using Artist Loft Floor Acrylic. And then I put a little bit of GAC 800 and a little bit of Liquitex pouring medium and water for consistency. So let's go ahead and get this started. I have my canvas ready to pour on, and yeah. So let's go ahead and pour this in the middle. Excuse the shadow of my hand on now. Looks like it's pretty good consistency wise. So it's so hard for any artist to tell you the consistency of these paints, because it all depends on what paint you're using, what technique. Some techniques call for really runny consistency. Some of them look for medium runny. Some of them paint not moving at all. And as you know, some of them, if you're using a brush, you don't even need to add anything on those paints. So yeah, it all depends on the technique. And this technique calls for really runny paints. I like to to compare my consistency with like buttermilk. Buttermilk. If you guys know what buttermilk is, that is the consistency that I compare mine with. So if you can mix it to that consistency for this technique, it will work fine. And again, I'm trying to see if this mixture without the without the satin enamels, I'm trying to see if it will produce different cells, like pearl cells. So that's what I'm doing today to find out what's gonna happen with this, because I didn't add any satin enamels in this recipe. Oh yeah, all these techniques are basically trial and error, and once you get it right, hallelujah. All right, go ahead and put it back here. And I'm not gonna layer my cup, I'm just gonna pour squigglies, and not too much paint, obviously, because I don't want it to take over. Right in the middle. I have decided really not to use a whole lot of gold or metallic at all, because metallic paints have not been good for me when I'm trying to do pearls, when I'm trying to get pearls coming out. Because you guys, you know why? Because most metallics have cell activating. Most metallics are cell activating, and if you add cell activating on top of a cell activating recipe, you're not going to get any cells on that area, because they're going to cancel each other out. So that's why I don't put my that's why I do not put why I don't put metallics on here, because all they do is kind of just mess up my painting. So go ahead and stretch this out. I'm trying to figure out how to stretch it out, because I want. That's okay. See, we're gonna stretch it really fast. out of focus here. If you're new to my channel, it's great to have you here. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my latest and future videos. this is what result here. With all my embellishment, look. So here is our beautiful painting dry. This is completely dry, and the cells are very, very good. They turned out really, really good. And yeah, so this is using just the floor acrylic by itself. No I didn't add any soft body. This is just the floor acrylic, and I obviously added just a little bit, like a half of the satin enamels. So it looks really good. I'm very pleased with it. I'm very happy with it. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and embellish it a little bit just to make it pop, especially like these cells. I know they look really nice and they're clear and everything, and that's actually how they're supposed to look, but I want them to be a little bit wider, like a little bit white, so they can pop a little bit better on the canvas. So that is what I'm gonna do right now, and I will show you the final result when it is finished and staged. Okay, great. Okay guys, I am ready to embellish this painting as I promised. So what I'm gonna be using are some cups and some paint tubes, anything with circles, because I want to use different size circles so I can make really good circles to embellish my painting, and you will see what I mean when all this embellishment is done. So I'm using different paint tubes, and you know, they still have paint in them, but yeah, so I can make my circles. So, and the big ones will be in the bottom and the smaller ones on top, and some of them will be on top as well, the big ones. Anyway, so what I will do is now the paint brushes that I'm gonna use are just a regular paintbrush. Some of those are like makeup brushes. They're very small, and I just want some brushes that I can spread the paint around, and then I'm gonna use my Posca pens. I'm gonna use a black Posca pen, and I'm gonna use a white Posca pen. So basically my embellishment is going to be that one right there. It's a Arteza pen that I use. Is very, very fine, and that is what I'm going to use to draw the circles around. And basically what I'm gonna try to do is I'm trying to make a realistic bubble, 3D bubble, and those bubbles will be all over the painting. And yeah, so what I'll do is I'll show you, and yeah, that's water to dip my my brushes whenever I need to. And what I'm gonna do is I'll show you the first two bubbles that I'm gonna make, and then after that I will time lapse, because it's gonna take a long time to this is gonna take a long time to embellish this, and I don't want to put an hour and a half, 2 hours painting, a video on for you to watch. It's just, once I show you the first two or the first one, then the rest is the same technique and the same procedure. So okay, so on here I am going to kind of forward. I'm just now making the circles, and then after the circles I am going to kind of time lapse it. Once I'm finished with all the circles, then I'll come back and show you my first bubble that I'm gonna make. Okay, now that I'm done with my circles, I know you can't see them, but they are in there. So it's just an outline to show me, to guide me on where to put my bubble. Now that I'm done with that, I am going to use my white Posca pen to draw on the bottom of the each bubble. So that's a white Posca pen. You just put a nice, you will see on the other ones, because the other ones have a, if they're not sitting on the white base, they will pop more. And so I make like a curve on the bottom of the circle. And then on top, I make another curve with the black Posca pen, and then I use one of the it doesn't matter which one, as long as it's a small brush. I dip it in water and kind of spread the paint, the black paint around, just so you can have like transparent, so you can see the colors that are in the back. Okay, so the same thing we'll do with the white. And now what I'm doing is I am making a 3D. I'm drawing with my Posca pen like a rectangular or maybe a rhombus. You can draw any kind of object or any kind of shape you want. But this time I am using the white Posca pen to draw on top of the black that is on the top part of the bubble. Just drawing a little bit of like a square or a rhombus, and then I'll draw a little bit of a line and a dot on the side of the object that the shape that I just drawn. Yeah, on the shape that I just drew, then I will do a little bit of a line and a dot, and on the other side a line and a dot. But I will show you another one because this one is sitting in a kind of a clear area. It's not gonna show very well. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking my black Posca pen, going to the bottom where my white is, and to draw another curve on the bottom right below the white, to give it this shadow, kind of shadow looking line. That is what is gonna make it look like a bubble. So I'll do another one and maybe two more, and then you will see what I'm doing. And then after that I'll go ahead and forward. After that I'll go ahead and time lapse it for you. Okay, so again, that white, when I put the white down, I spread it up like with a brush. I just kind of make it a little bit up a little bit more. That way it can make transparent. It can be transparent. And yeah, so I'll do another one for you guys. I know it doesn't look, right now it doesn't look like it would be 3D, but once they're all finished, they're gonna look really nice. So guys, here I'm doing the second one just to kind of show you before I start time lapsing. So again, I did the black base on top, the black curve on top of this circle, and then a white curve on the bottom of the circle. And then what I'm gonna do next is kind of, just use my brush to or my finger to kind of spread the paint around. That way it can kind of look 3D, like what I'm doing right now. See, this is what I'm doing. You kind of just spread it around, push it up, down, sideways, just to make it look smoother. And then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and draw the just make sure that the white or the black, whatever color you're using, make sure that it's really saturated and it pops. That way the bubble will be very visible when everything is done. And then yeah, again, just like I did with the first one, I am going to put my little triangle on top with the white on top of the black. A little bit of rhombus or triangle, it doesn't matter really, as long as, and then you fill it with the white. Triangle, square, rhombus, they all would work. And then you fill it really good with the white. That way it will pop when it's all done. And then again, you draw a little bit of a line on each side, just like that. And you put a dot on there, side, you put a dot on there. And then you move on. So basically what this gonna do is, once this paint dries, I'm gonna go back and retouch it, just add more paint, that way it will pop. And then on the bottom again, on the right below the white curve, you do another curve with the black. that is gonna give it a shadow, like a 3D shadow of the bubble. So, and then you continue like that. So that is the procedure that that's the steps that I'm gonna use. And basically just go ahead and fine line, tune your lines, make sure they are nice and soft, and you move on to the next bubble. Okay, so what I'll do now, I am going to fast forward this until the end, and then I'll come back and show you the final result. I hope you enjoy this. Okay, it's really pretty at the end. Okay, thank you very much. here is the painting with my embellishment, which is 3D bubbles. I actually think, and this is the first time I've done these this technique, bubbles technique, and I actually think that it looks really nice. So yeah, it took me quite a little while to put these bubbles in here. Next time I think I'm gonna do better. So I like this technique a lot. Look, it's so realistic. I mean, if you look at it from afar, they look like bubbles. So yeah, wow, beautiful. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment and let me know what you think about this painting. I'm gonna put some links on the description box for the where you can go on Amazon and buy some of these supplies, like the paints and the canvas and all that. So that's another way of supporting my channel. If you click on those links and you buy anything from Amazon, I will get a small commission that I will use to buy more supplies and to paint more and to bring you more content. So I really do appreciate you clicking on those links and purchasing stuff from Amazon. If you shop on Amazon, please use those links. And you don't have to buy the exact item that is linked. As long as you use that link and you go to Amazon, whatever you buy, I will earn a little bit commission on that. So yes, thank you so much for being here, and subscribe if you haven't. Hit the notification bell, share, leave a comment, like, and all that good stuff. And I will see you on the next video. God bless. Bye.